Welcome back, trainers. So we have the next legendary raid announced, and that is going to be the Lake Trio, respectively, for your region. And they will be giving all that information here. And if you're wondering the bigger question, okay, so the Lake Trio are going to be in the raids. Are they going to still be in the wild? Yes, they are still going to be in the wild, even after they're gone from the raids. They're still going to be out there. So I would imagine they're going to rotate, much like the legendary beasts did back in the day for each region. And it was for 3 months. Okay, so now we have to think about counters here. We're definitely going to be going over all that here in just a moment. So they do go down to tweet out some more information here, as we can see, the regions for each one of these lake trios. And then they go on to say if you're extraordinarily lucky, you may encounter these extremely rare legendary Pokemon in the wild in their different regions, even after the event. So there you go. It's pretty much plain as day there. They're literally telling you that you will be able to still find them in the wild even after the raids are gone, and even during the raids when they're here. So this is going to be going down until May 27th. So get hyped, I suppose. I mean, we have these in the wild as well as in the raids now. Now I was quite excited to see that they did release a legendary in the wild for the very first time for us to go out there and catch. Yes, it may have been extremely rare, and we already know the issue, going on beyond that. We're not going to touch on that subject right now, but it was a fantastic idea. I absolutely love that. But I mean, they're not going to really be rare anymore, seeing that they're going to be in the raids. To encounter one in the wild will be still quite amazing if you were lucky enough to even have that opportunity. But there you go. That is the next legendary raid. So rotation, I would assume, is going to be happening on May 27th. I'm not too sure which one is going to, what other region, but there it is for you right there. Next legendary raid, Lake Trios, coming in. And now let's go ahead and talk about some more news. And then towards the end of this video, we're going to be going over counters. Let's go ahead and take a look at something. So we're going to go into event. Let's go ahead and see. Yes, as you can see, attending. That is going to be thanks to JC Picks, who actually gave me an invitation. Now, here is the dilemma. It seems like the universe is crying out and telling me, do not go. Because now the problem is plane flights and prices. So that's really unfortunate. So at this moment, I don't think I'm going to be going unless some sort of miracle happens. Yeah, so as you can see, I will be going on the 14th. I have early access, so big shout out to JC Picks. I will be leaving a link in the description to his Twitter, so you can check him out. He does make awesome pictures within Pokemon Go, so you may want to take a look at some of those. Really good guy, and thank you yet again for hooking me up with one of these tickets. And if I'm not able to make it, I'm really sorry that it was kind of a waste, and somebody else could have been taking my spot that you could have invited. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at my Pokemon here. This is the results of the legendary dinner hour here. As you can see, a shiny Azelf. Look at that. Are you kidding me? All right, let's just go. So we were doing our raids. Scarlet got a 100, and then she got a shiny, and I got a shiny on the same rate as her, and they were weather boosted. So let's go ahead and look at this Azelf here. Yes, hatched this right after I caught this here. That is just absolutely amazing. Apparently I caught it before, or hatched it before, but it just didn't show the hatch animation. So 2 shinies back to back. I will have my journal on the side here so you can take a look. It was literally back to back, so I am very stoked to have this shiny here. So it was good times, and it is just 1 hour depending on where you live. If you don't have that many gyms, I mean, it still can be fun to go out with your friends and hit as many as you can, and especially if these raid bosses have a shiny variants, then that's making it extra fun and exciting to see who gets those shinies. As a matter of fact, there was 3 of us that got a shiny, as well as Scarlet Witch's sisters 2 who received one. So good times for that, and I'm very, very happy for this hatch. Alright, now on to the next bit of news here. We have an image for Fest Dortmund. So we see the Horsies yet again in the back, so that is a great indication that yes, we might just get that shiny variants coming into Pokemon Go. Increased spawns for Shieldon, and then we have a Melodic in the fountain back there, Carnivines. So you're going to be able to get those if you do go, possibly. Honestly, they're in the picture, so basically yes. And then you have a Chimchar mimicking Medicham over there. That's a funny picture. And then the most exciting part that we're going to be seeing, if you look over, it is now peeking in. We have a Nidoran, which is under the bush there. Another indication for a shiny Pokemon coming in, the one that I said that I personally wanted for Nidoking. So that is quite exciting, and I'm looking forward to that. If they do release it there, well, it's probably going to get released worldwide eventually. So that is great news. And then if you look between the Melodic and the Carnivine, you do have an unknown there, so you will be getting those unknown spawns, of course, when you go to GoFest. Like usual, every time you attend one of these sort of events, they do release the unknowns, so you will have that option as well. But I'm more excited for that Nidoking possibility as well as that Horsey. And I did receive my regional invite for the Silph Arena, so I haven't logged into the Silph Arena's website quite yet to see any sort of notification. This is going to be through the email, as a matter of fact. So if you did have a hunch that you might be getting one, go ahead and check your email to see if you did get that invite, and then check the locations around you to see if you have a venue that is going to be hosting one of these events, because this is going to be quite exciting for the future for sure. All right, now let's go ahead and go over counters for the Lake Trio. So we have Uxie here. Let's go ahead and take a look. It's going to be a pure Psychic type. Now we're going to go over the 100% IV as well as the weaknesses, and then after we go over these really quick here, we're going to hop into my app and we're going to discuss the best counters for you to use. So we have weak to Bug, Dark, and Ghost. All right. Now the 100% IV for Uxie here, that is going to be at the raid, level 20. 1442. Okay, so that's going to be 1442 100% IV for Uxie. Now for weather boosted, that's going to be 1803 in windy weather, 1803 windy weather. Now we don't really need to go over their moves. We know that they're going to be having psychic moves and normal moves, but we do need to keep that in mind. Now for Mesprit here, pure psychic type, is going to have the same weaknesses. Let's see what the 100% IV is going to be. It's going to be 1747 non-weather boosted. For weather boost, it's going to be 2184, and that's going to be in windy weather, 2184, and then 1747 for non-weather boosted. And then for Azelf here, pure psychic type, same weaknesses, same typing, so we don't need to go over that. And 100% IV for this one is going to be 1834. Weather boosted is going to be 2293 in windy weather, of course. So 100% non-weather boosted, 1834. So keep an eye out for those numbers and pay attention when you're in the catch screen. Okay, now let's go ahead and go over counters here. And keep in mind that the Lake Trio are going to have psychic and normal moves, and that's going to be a big factor in the top counters we're about to go over here, as well as having Blizzard, Thunder, and Fire Blast. I'm not too concerned about those moves, so we're not going to be thinking about that too much. So let's go ahead and get into this. So not number one is Tyranitar is not number one. It's going to be a fantastic option. All of you, or a lot of you, have those powered up, and we went over a few videos back on Pokemon that you should be investing in. And Tyranitar is one of those safe options, as well as Machamp, but that's not going to be a counter because it is a fighting type. So number one counter is going to be Giratina here. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so you're not going to be taking super effective damage from any of the moves that it does have. As a matter of fact, you will be taking not very effective damage from their normal type move for the charge. So Giratina coming in. Now do you see what Niantic likes to do? They drop these Pokemon for us before we receive other raids so we can counter them. That's a pattern at least that I am seeing here. So yeah, Giratina here with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball is what you're going to want to be using for sure. So personally, I said I was going to make a team of 6 of these. I didn't get out there and raid as much as I can. I was going through some stuff and was not able to hit as many as I wanted. But nonetheless, I do have this one powered up. I can power up another one if I so choose to. I have so much rare candies. I just do not want to go below 5 million. So anyways, if you do have one of these Giratinas, Origin form, this is what you're going to be wanting to use for the most damage output as possible with Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball. Then Tyranitar is going to be another fantastic option with Bite and Crunch, doing super effective damage, and as a matter of fact, taking reduced damage from the psychic moves. So you will be able to stay in that fight for some time, dealing a good amount of damage and not using up too many resources if that is an issue for you in your area, if you do not have too many Pokestops or whatnot. So Bite and Crunch on your Tyranitars is what you're going to be wanting to rock going up against it. And then we have Weavile here with Foul Play and Feint Attack, which is going to be another fantastic option. It's going to be doing more damage than Tyranitar, but it's not going to be able to stay in the fight as long. It will be taking reduced damage from Psychic, not the normal typing, because it is not Rock. Tyranitar is, and that does take reduced damage from normal type Pokemon. So Weavile is going to be fantastic. If you do have one of these, it will be putting off a great amount of damage, especially if it does have Psychic type moves. And then we're just going to go down the list. We do have Heracross. I'm going to kind of leave that out for now. Scizor with Fury Cutter, X Scissor. Night Slash is even going to be super effective, but you're going to be better off using X Scissor because you're going to be getting stab from that. So Fairy Cutter, X-Scissor looking great. Reduced damage from normal type moves because it is going to be part steel type, so that is resisting it. So that is going to be another great option to stay in the fight. Although you need to look out for the Fire Blast if you're going up against that specific one there. It will be dealing a lot of damage, but Scizor is great. Now, Gengar, is this going to be a good option to use? Well, it can put off a lot of damage, but here it is. For one of the first times ever, I'm going to say, sorry, Gengar, you're going to have to sit this one out, pal. You can use them, and they should work fantastic, absolutely. But here's the kicker. It is going to be part Poison type, and the Lake Trio do hold Psychic type moves, both for the quick moves as well as a charge, and that will be dealing super effective damage. So if you're going up against Azelf in specific with that massive attack, Confusion is going to be hurting your Gengars quite a bit. You will be able to put on a lot of damage, and it does outperform Giratina as far as damage output. As far as TDO, absolutely not, because Giratina is not going to be part Poison type, therefore it's not going to be taking super effective damage like Gengar is. But say you do have Gengars and you want to go in there and use them anyways, Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball, and or Lick and Shadow Ball. If you do have Hex, I mean, that works too, but your highest damage outputs are going to be Lick, Shadow Ball, and Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball. So Gengars, you know, they can work, but you got to look out for that Psychic. It's going to be dealing a lot of damage, the Psychic type moves, that is. And then we have Yanmega. You do need to look out for Thunder as well as Fire Blast, Blizzard as well, basically all of them. So Yanmega does have a bit of caution to look out for. It doesn't take resisted damage from Psychic type moves, but it still will be a fairly decent option, I suppose, but not one of your best. You might as well just go in there with your Tyrannitars if you have those. But if you're trying to do some sort of unique challenge or something like that, Yanmega can help you out with Bug Bite and Bug Buzz. It is going to be one of the best bug type Pokemon, although there is Pinsir, which is going to be your number one, and then Scizor, and then Yanmega followed. It's pretty close between the three of them. And then moving on to the next one here, we have Honchkrow with Snarl and Dark Pulse. So you do need to look out for Thunder as well as Blizzard for your respected regions, depending upon which one you're going up against, because that will be dealing super effective damage to you, being a part Flying type. But on the flip, Snarl and Dark Pulse is actually going to be doing more damage than Tyranitar on Honchkrow, so that is something to take note of. This thing is absolutely fantastic. It's just really unfortunate for its PvP situation because of that high CP potential there. And then you have Houndoom, of course, Snarl, and Foul Play, another dark type Pokemon. So there you have it, trainers. Basically, just go in there with your Tyrannitars because you're going to be taking reduced damage from Psychic as well as normal. As far as the elemental types that they have for Fire Blast, Blizzard, and Thunder, you know, don't need to worry about that. You'll be taking reduced damage from Fire Blast if you're using Tyranitar. That's a plus. And otherwise, it should be able to do you right when you're in that battle, lasting a significant amount of time. But personally, I'm very tempted right now to just go below 4 million Stardust. There's no point for me to power up more of these currently right now, because these Lake Trios are not going to be so difficult to duo. You don't need a whole team of Giratinas. Although it's going to be nice, you're going to be able to take it out at an extreme rate, but it's just unnecessary. So don't worry about wasting your resources if you are low on those. If you have a bunch of candies, Stardust, and rare candies and all that stuff, you know, by all means, go for it. But yeah, Giratina is going to be literally your best counter to do as much damage as possible. The one that you want to stay in the fight the longest is going to be Tyranitar, Bite, and Crunch. So there you have the counters, and if you don't have any of those, well, I'm sure you have a Tyranitar, but if you don't, then Weavile, Scizor, or anything Bug, Dark, and Ghost, okay? And you should be looking pretty good. I'm pretty excited for this, guys. I'm more excited to try to do the duo, as a matter of fact, so we'll see what we can cook up over here. And with that said, trainers, I'd like to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Good luck out there trying to catch your Lake Trios, and maybe you'll even get yourself a 100. And with that said, I'll catch you all next time. Take care.